Welcome to the Rethink Leadership podcast with me, Jeremy Blaine. I interview leaders, experts and business professionals from around the world who are bringing leadership principles and know-how into the digitally driven 21st century workplace, with focus firmly on the how-to rather than the what. Each episode is in aid of a charity chosen by my guests, and since 2020, we've made donations to over 80 global and local causes. My guest today is Dona Amelia, leader of EGN Singapore, Malaysia and Indonesia, Asia's largest peer network for C-suite executives and entrepreneurs. Before that, she was an award-winning singer, actress, DJ and TV host, blending artistic talent with entrepreneurial skill. In fact, I'd highly recommend you check out Dona's DJ Songstress page on YouTube. What a voice. Link is in the show notes. Dona's also a keynote speaker and coach, championing leaders everywhere, including being a beacon for gender equality. Her passion for making people happy and empowering others makes her a role model for many women looking to break barriers, just like she's done. We keep this strictly business, but may come back with a bonus episode featuring Dona's personal journey another time. We discuss the power of networking and the need for leaders to put themselves out there as a secret superpower to build brand, reputation, business, collaborations and more. We've made a donation to Save the Children International as a thank you to Dona for joining us. Hello, Dona. Thanks very much for joining me for the Rethink Leadership podcast. Please introduce yourself, your leadership role right now, and what keeps you awake at night.
Thank you so much for having me. I know we met each other in Singapore. My name is Dona Amelia, originally from Indonesia. I work in Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. I am the co-founder of EGN, Executive Global Network in Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. We do knowledge sharing for senior executives where they can come together, talk about their challenges in the safe space. What make me awake at night? How can I serve others better the next day? That would be nice.
That is really good. My word. That's so succinct compared to some of my other guests who kind of go, you really know it. That's fantastic. So let's get to the heart of your expertise. You're a dedicated networker, and I've witnessed that personally through the EGN network and at events firsthand. I see how you work the room and all of these kind of things. We're all learning from you. So why should leaders take note of the importance of networking for them, their business, and their reputation?
I guess, first of all, we need to address like what kind of networking that the leaders needs to attend or to be part of. Of course, there is a networking where you can just come and then meet a bunch of people or strangers, and then you exchange, name cards and all, hoping that you're going to get some business and all. Well, the networking that I do is a peer network. It's a professional peer network where you as a leader really can come to a group where there is no competitor in the group, where you can come every second month to talk about your business challenge and get some feedback from your peers. Because when you come ready with your challenge, all the other members of the team will be very great and happy to basically help you with their challenges. And that kind of network is very, very important for leaders, because leaders, especially top leaders, are lonely at the top. Yet they need to have somebody, they need to have a sparring partner that can really, discuss about their challenges. Of course, they cannot just randomly talk to people, but they need to have a conversation with the person who can relate with them in the similar seniority, for example, so then they can relate and they can help each other towards their challenges. So having this professional network is very important, so they can solve the problem. They can also, prevent burnout, because sometimes as a leader, we take a lot of burden and we cannot be vulnerable because, they're scared of looking weak or incapable or, unable to do stuff. Yet they are human. They also need help and all. So that's what we do at EGN, to really give a safe space for senior executives to talk about their challenges, be honest, be authentic, be vulnerable, and then get help. So that's what is that's why it is very important for senior leaders to have this kind of professional network. So then you can, you can avoid burnout, but also get some new ideas and also solving your problems.
And And you're right, it's solving problems. So how does that benefit their business, but also their professional reputation?
Absolutely. So, for example, if you are coming to the EGN meeting, for example, and then you met with a senior executive within this similar level with you from different industry, then you will, able to get some ideas from them in solving challenges. And trust me, many leaders have similar challenges, regardless what their industries. So it's good when you talk to person from different industry because then you will see, I didn't think about that because the solution might coming from different lenses. So you might not think about it. While when you talk within your organization or probably in the similar industry, it might be biased because people, I mean, you might already know everything within your industries, right? But when you talk with some other leaders that coming from different background, different industries, you discuss about certain things, of course you can gain some new ideas, and of course that's good for business. Furthermore, what we happen at EGN particularly, and I think when you have whatever it is like your professional network that you have, they might talk to you based on their real experience, and that's very important. When you have a challenge and so on, they will not say that, oh, based on the theory, it's like this. No, but they will say, hey, I've been there. I've been making mistake. I've been spending so much time and all. I think you should not go that way. This is what works for me. This is the do, this is the don't. Probably you want to try. Boom. You immediately get some ideas toward your challenges that is proven. And that's what is very, very nice and very beneficial for you as a business, right? To your business. And for yourself, of course, you can be open and you can have probably more friends. But most importantly, you can be authentic and you can be vulnerable because it's hard for you to be vulnerable. I cannot blame the bosses who cannot be vulnerable in front of their employees, for example, right? For whatever reason it is. But I think as a human being, you need to still be able to be yourself and ask for help. And having this kind of professional network can help you with that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And you come across very passionately about that. So I'm going to put you on the spot now.
Sure.
So, what are the secrets of a great networker so that those who are tuning in, they could kind of emulate that at leadership level?
One, be authentic and telling story, not rah-rah, but deep, go deep. Tell story that can relate. Tell story that he might or she might remember for the rest of their life. Not a big thing, how success I am and blah, blah, blah. Go deep. Even don't be afraid or shy to ask for help or being vulnerable. Or, talk about some challenge that you are currently face or whatever it is. So to me, I was born in the rural area in Indonesia. My home is a bamboo house, no electricity, dirt floor and all. But then my dad keep giving me a hope, giving me the support and so on. So then I can be, who I am now because I know my North Star from the very beginning, the very early age. I want to make them happy. I want to bring them from poverty to have a better life, for example. So you see, those kind of story that not about like, oh, I'm the CEO of this and this is the project and da da da. You can Google it. But when you meet person at the first time, touch someone from the heart. Be authentic, be vulnerable, and be you.
Yeah, and that is about speaking with your heart, not just your head, right? And not
Yep,
just your business head, and going
yep.
deeper into that and being open for it. But equally, it strikes me as really good. I don't want to use the word practice, but I'm going to. I can't think of another one. Practice for when you get back into the workplace and you start
Mm,
to talk to your employees' management
mm,
differently.
mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. I think also in the workspace, if the leader can be vulnerable, can talk deeper, can talk with the heart, I think it will be better because if the leader can be vulnerable, imagine all the employees will be able to open as well. Right. So that's why I think being vulnerable, being authentic as a leader, very important to influence the people below you who can look up to you, who can also feel like, oh, it's okay to open. It's okay to make mistake. And the good news about this is when you have this kind of open culture, guess if they make mistake and they tell you, then you can find the solution immediately, feed forward, right? Not to keep it.
So, for those leaders that take that advice that you've been providing here and that you witness day to day and that you practice every day, what are the benefits of getting it right?
Well, I think it's super important to get it right because you will save time and money as well if you can really be a leader that is authentic and vulnerable and set up this open kind of scene in your organization. As mentioned, if something happen, your staff will not like hesitant to tell you. And then if it is a problem, doesn't matter if it is small, big, they can tell you, and then you can find the solution immediately. Then it might save a lot of money and so on and so forth. That is one. Second, if you are open and everyone can be open, probably, they will be happier at work. And then guess what? Of course, the company will benefit of that, right? And then, of course, many, many other things. But I think those two are the most important for to make it right, because that's a very important impact for the company.
Yeah, and I think that's an important thing, isn't it? And then that reflects
Yeah.
back on them in terms of their own benefits. So let me flip that round, Donna. What are the watch outs or risks for those leaders kind of not getting it right in networking terms? They're not quite getting it there.
Right. And I believe also many leaders will think that, oh, I'm busy. I don't have time to do this networking, regardless if it is professional network or just network in the conferences or whatever it is, right? But guess what? Yes, you are busy. That's why you need to choose your network to be part of the professional network that can really give you a benefit of it. So, for example, in our organization, you come with your challenge, it is for your benefit. And then you present your challenge in front of many leaders within your seniority coming from different industries, and they can give you some feedback based on their vast experience. That is a smart way of spending your time, right? So if, let's say, you neglect that and you feel like, oh, I'm too busy, I don't have time. Well, guess what? You only gonna probably spend a lot of more money and time as well. Because look, if you hire some consultant and all, great. They can give you some suggestions, some solution and all. But guess what? It's only one perspective. But if you come to the organization where many leaders from different industry come together, they can give you a different kind of angle to your solution. So if you're not doing that, of course, you might spend more time, more money, and the most important also, it might make you burned out, and it's not good because as a leader, you need to taking care of yourself. Mental health is huge now, right? And leaders tend to take every burden, all the responsibilities, and all. You need to vent it out. You need a friend or a peers to talk to, sparring partner. Yeah, if you're not, you only keep it, then at the end you might also experience burned out.
Yeah, and as you speak, I'm thinking about who we're talking about here as leaders. We're kind of seasoned leaders, C-suite, and what have you. But what we're seeing is, of course, we're seeing the growth of the
Mm.
independent workforce, people being their own bosses from very, very young and very early ages, probably never come across networking. So what would be your statement to young people who are either leading at their level or leaders of their own gig business or leaders of their own contracting business of getting involved in networking as soon as possible?
Yeah, I guess the idea is to just start small. Regardless where are you now, you can always find the people with the similar mindset like you, maybe some organization, maybe some community, whatever it is. I think it's very important for us as a human being. We are social, right? Like a social being, we need to be belongs to some sort of community, whatever it is. As simple as maybe a community. Say you like badminton, then find the badminton club, right? Then you have your tribe. And again, same principle. Be authentic, be vulnerable, share your story. And who knows, just by sharing your story, you can let out what's in your heart to the point that maybe you can find some similarities or activities that lead you to make something great together. Maybe we can have business collaboration, partnership, just because you are open up, and you have your tribe with you. So that's what my suggestion to those, regardless where they are now in the leadership.
Yeah, I like that, Donna. That's find your tribe. Share your story, share your challenge, be vulnerable and be open to people who may have a different point of view of that, but also seek out the collaboration. This is where we're not alone, right? It's that reassurance that we're not alone. So, final question for you, actually, which is always about this podcast, is about how we get to action. So, for those tuning in, what are the 2 or 3 tips that you would advise, maybe let's say seasoned leaders that we started talking about who aren't very good at getting themselves out there to start thinking in networking terms and to do something about it?
Right. For those who are, let's say, the seasoned leaders, or particularly the one who are introverts, let's put it that way, right? But how can you make yourself comfortable doing this networking? A few tips. One, probably get someone to come with you, so then you don't feel like you are alone. And then second is to be more intention whenever you spend your time to go to the networking, whatever it is, professional network or non-professional network or finding the tribe, be more intentional, meaning that you know exactly what you want to get out of that conversation with whoever. So you can, for example, if possible, knowing the people ahead of time, maybe checking their LinkedIn and all, and be intentional. Oh, if I can meet this person, this is what I'm going to ask them, A, B, C. So you are prepared. That's what I think will help for those who are, maybe introvert or the one who wanted to start. And of course, the next one is, as mentioned before, you can share story, be vulnerable, be authentic, but most importantly, have fun and start small. Don't make it something that's so scary and all, right? And eventually, if you want, I think best for professional that is like limited time, be in the professional network that can really give you a benefit, not only a rah-rah or a friendship and all, but the one that really can add value to your business, to your professional life, and also personal life. I think that's my tips.
I love that. Not just for rah-rah. Okay. I know what you mean. That's great. Yeah. So 3 great things that I picked up from that. Do it with intention, tell your story, start small, and actually another one outside of that, enjoy it. Have a bit of fun with it as well. It's like, don't be
Fun.
daunted by it. I know what it's like sometimes. You turn up in a room and it's like, oh crikey, how am I going to, start a conversation and do all of these kind of things? It's like, just be yourself and go and introduce yourself. That's a good way of starting. So, in order to get people started, either those seasoned leaders or some of those new leaders who are tuning in thinking, crikey, I've never networked in my life, I'm going to do it. How do they start by networking with you first, Donna? How do they get in touch? How do they keep the conversation going?
Sure. Thank you so much. You can always follow me on my LinkedIn or connect with me on LinkedIn. My name is Dona Amelia, Dona space Amelia. I'm very active on LinkedIn. If you need help about anything related to a networking, professional network, or anything that I can add value, I'll be very happy to be in touch with you on LinkedIn. My Facebook at Miss Dona Amelia, MissDonaAmelia. Same at Instagram also at Miss Dona Amelia, MissDonaAmelia.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to see you again. And Donna Amelia, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to speak with you, and I will hope to see you again in Singapore.
Thanks for tuning in to the Rethink Leadership podcast with me, Jeremy Blaine. Please like, comment, and support us on your favourite platform, and subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can watch as well as listen to each episode.